And this week we're making
Mango Chicken Piccata.
This is What's Cooking.
Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. Join me as I travel the country, learning the tips, tricks, and stories behind the recipes and home cooks that make up the world's #1 food site, Allrecipes.com. This week we're in Humble, Texas, just north of Houston and home to Allrecipes cook Sara. Sara was born in Venezuela, lived for a time in Chile, and now, along with her husband, owns his down-home catfish and brisket food truck here in Humble, Texas.
I grew up in Venezuela and we had mango trees in the backyard, so we were always trying to find new ways to put it into everyday recipes. So we're going to do just that today.
Sounds good. Let's go eat.
Let's go.
This is What's Cooking. Hey, we're back here in Sara's kitchen. We're going to be making her famous, if not famous yet, soon to be Mango Chicken Piccata. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this recipe?
Well, it's actually a recipe that is supposed to taste lemony like a piccata, but a good way to get rid of all those extra mangoes sometimes you buy on the way back from Mexico.
Yeah, so my kitchen's full of extra mangoes. Now there's a technique to this.
Yes. You want to make sure that you're holding the part that is fatter, and so the sides that are flat are actually where the flesh is, because the pit is the fattest part.
Okay.
And chop all the way down. It's usually pretty easy to chop unless you're very close to the pit. So you want to get both sides. There you go. So you're going to make like a checkerboard, and then flip it out, and you can eat it just like this. But
Do you have to make that noise?
yes, you do. You can take it out by hand, like this, which is what most people do, or you can just slice it off. And the recipe, it actually says to use mango nectar, but fresh mango always tastes better.
Growing up in Venezuela, has that had a big influence on the way you cook?
Definitely. I always cook with onions and garlic. It's called a sofrito. So you put onions and a little bit of butter and a little bit of chopped garlic, and then you just mix it up.
Sofrito.
Sofrito. And if you talk to my grandma, actually, that's how she starts every recipe instruction. Well, you make a sofrito, and my mom always makes fun of her for it. But it's true, she's right. That's exactly how you start every recipe in Venezuela. Ta-da!
Puree the mango and set half of it aside for the sauce. Add the rest to the lemon juice, along with an egg.
So it's egg, lemon juice, and the mango mixture. And this is the first thing that our chicken's gonna be dipped in. After dipping it in that, we're gonna go, there's some flour in here. Everything's pre-measured, so we have garlic powder and some salt.
Next, heat up some olive oil in a pan, then cut the chicken breasts in half. Dredge the chicken pieces in the egg mixture, and then coat them in flour before placing them in the fry pan to cook for about 4 minutes.
So is this a personal recipe?
Actually, it is. I wanted to get rid of my mangoes, and I thought I'm just gonna mix some stuff together and make something savory and tropical, maybe even with a little bit of a Caribbean feel.
Right.
So I threw it in there and it worked.
All right, well, looks good.
So to make our sauce, we have hot water and the mango mixture that we put in before. We have soy sauce, here you can pop that in there, and balsamic vinegar, same amounts of both.
Then add some lemon juice, honey, and finally sesame oil, which Sara says is her secret ingredient.
It gives it this little smoky flavor. I don't know.
Here's the secret is out.
Then we have to flip the chicken. So we're gonna turn it up just a little bit so it browns pretty quickly here. Once it browns, we're gonna throw the sauce in there and turn it way down.
Once the chicken is browned on both sides, add the sauce and simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes.
If you just touch it and it's firm, it's done.
Okay.
That's actually how you can tell with steak too. You can always steak.
I know how to cook steak.
I'm sure you do. Well, next time you have to cook for me.
Carefully remove the chicken, keeping the breading intact. Now, pour the sauce over the top.
Buen provecho.
Конечно. Very good. Very sweet, but you're right, it does have a little bit of a kick afterwards.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
There you have it, another cook, another kitchen. Join us again next week for another episode of What's Cooking. Cross your fingers, keep on wishing that I'll soon be headed to your kitchen, stirring